When her husband needed support, she chose the world. When she needed the world, it chose her pain. Not all that glitters is gold. The day she walked out of her marriage, she walked out of her blessing. Sophia had always been known as one of the most elegant women in the city. Designer dresses, expensive perfumes, the latest smartphones and dazzling jewelry were a normal part of her lifestyle. People admired her, some envied her, and many wished they could live like her. Her husband, Freddie, was a wealthy businessman, a big importer whose containers arrived from overseas every month with goods that brought in massive profits. 4 years, Freddie gave Sophia everything she desired. She never entered the kitchen, never swept a room, and never repeated a dress for more than 3 months. Domestic staff filled the house, and she spoke to them however she wanted, often with disrespect. She had grown comfortable, too comfortable. But life has a way of testing loyalty. One year, disaster struck. Freddie's containers worth millions of dollars went missing after a ship accident fell into the ocean. He tried to remain strong, but the loss shook him deeply. His business partners began to distance themselves, banks started calling for loan repayments, and the man everyone once respected began to walk with shoulders bowed. Sophia changed overnight. At first, she complained about little things: no new clothes, no expensive vacations, no weekly salon appointments. Soon, she became hostile, insulting Freddie in front of their domestic staff and even mocking him publicly. "Look at you," she shouted one afternoon at the dining table, while the housemaid stood, heads lowered. "A hole you! Freddie the millionaire. Now you can't even afford to change my car tires. What kind of man are you?" Freddie swallowed the pain. He still loved his wife deeply and hoped she would support him through his darkest season. But Sophia had no patience for struggle. Sophia began reconnecting with old friends, women who lived for nightlife, high-end clubs, and wealthy men who preyed on any woman seeking a lavish lifestyle. She soon met Henry, a flashy businessman known for spending money carelessly. Henry drove luxury cars, sprayed cash at clubs, and promised Sophia a life far better than the one she had with Freddie. He told her what she wanted to hear. "Why suffer with a man who has lost everything? You deserve better, baby. A woman like you should be spoiled." Those words poisoned Sophia's heart. She started sleeping around with Henry and other wealthy men just to maintain her expensive lifestyle. And the more money she collected from them, the more disrespectful she became toward Freddie. One day, after a bitter argument, she screamed loud enough for the neighbors to hear. "I'm done with this poverty. I have found someone better, someone who will give me the life I deserve." Freddie stood speechless, tears filling his eyes as Sophia packed her designer luggage and left with a proud smile. Henry kept his promises, at first. He rented Sophia a beautiful luxury apartment in a high-class part of the city. He bought her a car, gave her shopping money, and showered her with gifts. Sophia felt like she had finally arrived. She bragged to her friends, mocking her husband in secret. Freddie was just a stepping stone. "I am living the life now." Months passed. Then a year. Then 2. And slowly, Henry's behavior changed. Calls became shorter. Text replies took longer. Gifts stopped coming. Sophia confronted him one night, demanding why he no longer treated her as before. That was when he said the words that shattered her pride. "Look, Sophia, I am married. I can't leave my wife for a woman who betrayed her own husband. If you could betray Freddie, what guarantee do I have that you won't betray me too? We had our fun. It's over." And just like that, Henry blocked her everywhere. When rent expired, Sophia couldn't pay. The car sat in the parking lot for weeks because she couldn't afford fuel or maintenance. The landlord threatened eviction. Not one of the men who once begged for her attention picked her calls anymore. The same friends she partied with disappeared. No money, no love, no home, nothing. Humiliated, with trembling hands, Sophia dialed the last number she never imagined she would call again. Freddie. But Freddie didn't answer. Sophia traveled back to the mansion she once ruled like a queen. The gate looked taller than she remembered, the security tighter, the compound quieter except for the sound of luxury cars driving in and out. She stood at the gate and told the security men, "Please. I'm Freddie's wife. Tell him I want to see him." The guards exchanged looks. "Madam, Olga's instructions. Nobody should let you in." Sophia's eyes widened. "Please, I have nowhere to go. Tell him I am sorry." But the doors of the mansion remained shut for her. Sophia stayed outside the gate for days. Sun, rain, hunger, shame. But Freddie never showed up. She later discovered his business had recovered, and he was now doing even better than before. A loyal woman would have shared in that glory, but she had walked away from her blessing. With no choice, she sold the car and traveled to another city, a place where no one knew her name, to start a new life filled with tears and regret. Sophia became living proof that not all that glitters is gold. The world outside may look shiny, but many times it is full of traps. The man you disrespect today may be the man you will wish for tomorrow. A hard-working man facing challenges is not a failure. He needs support, not mockery. He needs encouragement, not betrayal. Marriage is not only for the days of abundance but also for the days of storm.